Testing, testing. There we go. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the newly renovated Maxine Hall. I'm San Francisco Mayor London Breed, and I am so glad to be here. It has been a long time coming. This health center has served the Western Addition community for over 50 years. It has been a trusted location that so many people in this neighborhood would come to time and time again. And even though there have been various challenges with the vaccine and issues around trust, there's no doubt that when we in this community need Maxine Hall is there for us, and this is a trusted place for members of this community. A friend of mine many years ago, her mom was struggling. Her mom was only in her late 50s. And she went from being this vibrant, exciting person to all of a sudden, she started losing a lot of weight. She started looking a lot different, looking unhealthy. We're talking about a woman who was almost 60 years old and never went into a hospital, never felt comfortable going into a hospital. And what's interesting is her daughter was very, very much worried about what might happen to her mom. It was a very scary time for them. Eventually, she convinced her to come to Maxine Hall. And the people here and how she was treated, she was open to doing the kinds of tests with needles and blood and things of that nature because there were people here who others had worked with in the community who basically reassured her that she could trust them. And eventually, they discovered some things about her health and were able to get her on the right medications to get her back into the way that she did things before. And I see her on a regular basis out and about in the community as if nothing ever happened. She loves Maxine Hall. She loves coming here when she needs to get her flu shot or other things. And we know that this location was temporarily moved to Ella Hill Hutch Community Center. And I want to start by thanking James, I'm not sure if he's here, but Ella Hill Hutch Community Center, because we were concerned that during this project that broke ground in 2019, that this service wouldn't be available to the community. And we were able to open up a temporary location with a number of trailers in Ella Hill Hutch Community Center. And I want to thank the staff because it was a big adjustment to work in a different way that you had not worked before, and we really appreciate that. This project, $15 million, new elevator. Elevators are expensive, by the way. I know, when I was at the African American Art and Culture Complex, that elevator cost us like about $300 and something thousand, and that was years ago. Elevators, accessibility, because a lot of the people that get served here are elderly, and they need a different level of support. They can't walk up those stairs, but they need this clinic. They need this location. And so accessible, I know that sometimes food and fruit and other things are given out, counseling sessions, having the privacy in a room to have those discussions. This place means so much to so many people. And I'm so glad that this was prioritized in the 2016 health and safety bond when I served as a member of the Board of Supervisors. There's no way that I wouldn't make sure that organizations like this that serve the community in such a way would not receive the support that they need. So here, with so many folks who are part of this community, and here with, I think, Carmen Chu, the city administrator, did she take off? Oh, she's on the phone. So Carmen Chu, she is the city administrator, and the Department of Public Works, and Carla Short, I don't think she's here. Oh, you are? These masks are just throwing me off. So Carla Short, her Department of Public Works, they managed this project to get it done on time and under budget, almost. You guys sure know how to spend some money, don't you? I want to thank Dr. Colfax for being here as well from the Department of Public Health and the work that you do to work with the folks here in order to ensure there's health and support in this community. And I also want to say that it's been a very, very difficult time where the city has had to shut down. And we have relied so heavily on our public health folks, our nurses, our folks, our clinicians, our people out there on the field because of the challenges that existed. And so I know that many of the people who were working at Maxine Hall, at Ella Hill Hutch Community Center, they were the folks who were answering all the questions about COVID and dealing with a lot of the concern and the fear from the community. And I want to thank you for continuing to be on the front lines, even when we didn't understand the impacts of COVID and what it would do. And then when we provided the vaccines, that has been really a destination. I sent everybody to Maxine Hall. I said, go get your shot at Maxine Hall. Everyone in this community knows what that means. That means I can trust this. I can trust this place. I can trust the people who are part of this place. And it has made a world of difference. And now we have this world-class facility that is state-of-the-art, that is going to be exactly what it should be for the Western Addition community. And here to talk a little bit about the bond and what it means and all the specifics, who was supposed to be at the beginning of this, presentation, groundbreaking or whatever it is our city administrator, Carmen Chu.
Thank you, Mayor. You never want to be on the end of the mayor knowing that you're not punctual, right? But I just really wanted to come to welcome everybody and to say a big congratulations. I know that this facility in particular has a very special place in this mayor's heart, not only because of the community that it serves, but because this is her center, right? This is a place where she grew up, where the people in the community were served. It's a place where people trust the services here and the people that are here to take care of the community and to make sure we continue to provide the public health that is necessary for all of our community members. And so we do have a number of folks that, of course, we want to be recognizing today. And I have to apologize to the mayor. I was actually in the middle of a board meeting, hence I could not kick off right away. But again, just really wanted to say thank you. We've got Carla Short, who is here with the Department of Public Works, who, of course, the team has helped to deliver this. The Department of Public Health, Grant Colfax, who is here as well, who can speak to this. And, of course, our district supervisor right now, who is Dean Preston, who has joined us here today as well. And so with that, without further ado, I'd like to invite Supervisor Preston to come on up to say a few words of greeting and comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen, and it is really wonderful to be here with you all. Thanks to the mayor, Dr. Colfax, Director Short, and to Carmen Chu as well. Let me just say that what the mayor has said is so true around not only the importance of this center to the community, but also looking back to how the funds come about. And I just want to remind everyone that when those bond measures come onto the ballot, and it looks like a bunch of numbers, what we are celebrating today is when the voters of San Francisco give us the green light to do big things to serve our community. And this is all made possible because of that vote in 2016. I want to really thank all of our healthcare heroes, the folks who work here, the folks who had to operate. Everyone knew it was going to be a challenge to operate in a temporary location. Like that's tough enough. And then try doing that in the middle of a global pandemic. Everyone knew this would be a big project for DPW to do. Think about doing that project in the midst of a global pandemic. Think about all the work for everyone involved with the Department of Public Health and everything that all the challenges that they have helped this city overcome over the last year. I remember my late sister ran a behavioral health clinic in the East Bay, in Oakland. And I remember the incredible stress in the years before she passed when they were operating in a trailer, in a temporary location. how difficult it was, not just for the patients and clients, but for all of the staff to come to work in cramped quarters, for people in the community to not really even know where to go to find them. And I remember when they moved back in with the pride and the excitement that I know folks feel about this amazing facility, and how much it meant to all the folks who had worked so hard in these temporary locations to actually be in a permanent office, to have the city invest in such a meaningful way financially in making sure that there is a home, not just now, but in the years to come, for decades and forever, for all of you to continue serving the community. And I want to especially thank Dr. James, who has recently retired, for her incredible work during the pandemic. There you are. And Lucia, who I know is around as well. There you are. Thank you for your partnership during the pandemic. Thank you for all that you do and the team here. I can't imagine who's going to fill your shoes, Dr. James, but I know some folks will try. So we look forward to continuing to partner with you. And I want to introduce next Department of Public Works Director Carla Short, with thanks from my office for all your incredible work since you've assumed the directorship of the department.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Supervisor Preston. Thank you, Mayor Breed, City Administrator Chu, and Dr. Colfax for your outstanding leadership. It's really an honor to be here with all of you today. My name's Carla Short. I'm Interim Director of San Francisco Public Works, and our team project managed this, designed this, and delivered this project. It's very exciting to be here at the reopening of Maxine Hall. As the mayor noted, the building was originally built in 1968, and it was our job to bring this building into the 21st century. So with a very expensive elevator, as well as some seismic improvements, and state-of-the-art facility, new patient rooms, larger exam rooms, we really hope that this facility will continue to provide for the community as it has done. I also really want to acknowledge what we just heard. You know, the staff worked throughout this pandemic. Our team worked throughout this pandemic. They came every day to, carry out their essential duties to get the job done. So I do want to recognize a few folks on our team, led by Ron Alameda, who's the city architect, Joe Chin and Charles King of Public Works, and especially our colleagues at the Department of Public Health. It's partnerships like this, when we come together, that we can really deliver something magical for the community. So I too want to thank the voters who approved the public health and safety bond. When you support those bonds, you support these very important projects that really then goes on to support everyone in the community. So we are very grateful for that. And I think we just want to recognize the important role that these types of centers, as the mayor noted, play when we have a global pandemic. Who knew that was coming? But thank goodness we had a facility like this to provide for folks a trusted facility. So Public Works is so proud to have been part of this project and the grand reopening today. And thank you all for your support. And with that, I would like to introduce Dr. Grant Colfax.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. It's so great to be here on this beautiful day. I want to thank Mayor Breed, Supervisor Preston, City Administrator Chu, Director Short, the voters for bringing this project to fruition. It's been a while. Most of all, I want to thank the DPH team, the incredible DPH team who worked on this, both here at the clinic and across DPH, for your resiliency, your strength, and your commitment during this pandemic to get this work done. This is amazing. Thank you so much. I also just wanted to say I a connection with this clinic that goes back some ways. I actually trained here as a resident. And I will say that it needed a little bit of refurbishing, shall we say, at that point. And the mayor was talking about the elevators, and I was recalling getting stuck in the elevator here at one point, and that was a while ago. So really excited to be here. And these renovations are really about ensuring that we provide a caring environment for people to get the care they need, to serve the whole patient. And serving the whole patient means providing an environment that's welcoming for people to get checkups, for people to get primary care, for women's health care, behavioral health care, for medical testing, doing that all in one location. And you know, in the medical jargon, we call this low barrier access. But that's really just saying a way that we're flexible, that people can drop in, that we support people in caring for themselves, and it really takes a team in many cases to ensure that people realize their full ability towards health and wellness. It's been over a year and a half. We've had the pandemic fight, and again, it's amazing what this clinic has done and what the clinic staff have done, and most importantly, I think, what the community has done to ensure that their health and wellness is maintained as well as possible. I also want to call out James and thank him for his partnership, including at LH. I think especially with the implementation of COVID testing and the vaccinations, that took some work. It took partnership. It wasn't always easy. There were some difficult conversations, but we built those partnerships, and look where we are now. Since the start of the pandemic, Maxine Hall has administered more than 17,000 COVID tests and almost 10,000 vaccines. And you know what I'm going to say? Yeah, amazing. Over 10,000 vaccines. And I just have to say it, and I'm looking, there's some kids over there, I'm wondering if they're vaccinated yet. They look like they're between 5 and 11, right? And then if you are eligible for your booster, get your booster. I also really want to acknowledge Westside Community Services and Executive Director Marianne Jones for their important ongoing work, right? We know how important behavioral health is. And this clinic stayed open during construction and during the pandemic to provide those all-important substance use treatment services to the community. So we've done well here. Part of this work has allowed the Western Addition to have one of the highest rates of vaccination in the city, with 78% of people fully vaccinated. That's great work. That's in partnership with community leaders and people who receive their care here at Maxine Hall. And in that regard, it is my great honor to welcome Rosalind Frazier, who is a longtime member of the Maxine Hall Advisory Committee and has lived in the Western Addition for a period of time, I believe. So over 30 plus years. So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your wisdom and guidance as we do our work and serve the community. Welcome.
Welcome, Mayor London Breed, Mr. Grant Colfax, Supervisor Dean Preston, and all the representatives and city leaders, and also the patient advisors that are here today. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to see our newly renovated Maxine Hall Clinic. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here with us on this special day to celebrate with us. I know Mrs. Maxine Hall is smiling down on us on this special day. She was a big advocate in the Western Addition, and she would have been proud. My name is Rosalind Frazier. I have been coming to Maxine Hall Health Center for more than 13 years, and I have served on Patient Advisory Committee for about 5 years. And it has been a pleasure to serve on different projects, such as the Hypertension Equity Group, the Citywide PAC, and the Subcommittee for the COVID Vaccine Outreach. I thank God for my health and strength for allowing me to serve on these different committees. Now that the clinic is remodeled, what I like most about the clinic is that it is very up to date. And thank God we have an elevator for the seniors and disabled. And we have large exam rooms, something we have needed for years. I know all our patients will really appreciate this. I personally want to thank the entire staff of Maxine Hall and the porters, and for all the hard work and dedications that y'all have shown during this pandemic. I know it wasn't easy, but God gave y'all, each and every one of y'all, the strength to do it. I know it was stressful, but you did it. Thank you for all that you do. God bless each and every one of you. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosalind, for your comments and for joining us today. Of course, I want to say, again, a big thank you to all of the city departments who helped to deliver this project. I mentioned before, Department of Public Works, the Health Department, but also the Mayor's Office of Disability with regard to that elevator. And so we definitely want to make sure to remember them. But I think as we've seen throughout all of this project, really the community efforts and how people came together to continue serving the community. And again, I want to thank all of you for continuing to do that. James, I think the mayor had already mentioned our thanks to you for helping to make sure that we continue to have temporary sites and services. Of course, we want to thank Mary Ann, all the folks here at Maxine Hall. And so without further ado, we're here to cut a beautiful ribbon. So Mayor, please come on up. Our department heads, please join. Supervisor Preston, and of course, Rosalind, we'd love to have you join us. Thank you.